If a coach has ever called you weak, then this video is for you. I'm going to explain what the truth is behind football strength, why gym training is the last thing that a footballer should be doing, and what exactly you should do to create football strength that actually works on the football pitch instead of you just looking pretty in the mirror or having a higher number on the barbell. So one of the most common things that I get working with thousands of footballers is that they say, oh, a coach told me that I was weak, or the coach told them, oh, I'm just not big enough. And I heard that too when I was younger, but being big or strong enough was never one of my issues per se. But as you'll understand, a lot of these issues stem to the same root cause issue, which is what I always talk about, the root cause, because that's the actual problem that you need to fix. If you trust what some random amateur coach tells you, then you'll go down a rabbit hole for years, like I did, eventually getting injured and or retiring, giving up football. The truth is, a coach just tells you that you're not big enough or not strong enough or you look weak because he doesn't understand what he wants. These coaches just don't understand the physical body. They don't understand elite athletic ability. Because of course they don't study that. It's not their job to understand it. But when they look with their eye, of course, they can tell that this guy's good, that guy's not good, and that guy's stronger, that guy's weaker. Those are obvious things. But at the end of the day, the proof in the pudding, the reality is that most of, if not almost all, of all the top footballers in Italy, in France, in England, in Spain, in Germany, they're all somewhat skinny compared to a normal bodybuilder. But yet, all footballers across the world are told to basically do bodybuilding training to quote unquote get strong. But that has no relation to athletic performance, okay? Being strong in the gym and being strong on the field are two totally different things. And that is one of the main concepts of this video. On top of that, you have to understand that you can have two players, the exact same height, the exact same weight, but have two different levels of strength because of what we'll call integrative strength under the skin in what's called the fascia. The fascia is a network of tissue that connects all your muscles in your body. And the better integrated that your body is, the more strength you will have on the football pitch. And the way you make it more integrated is by training the fascia. Now, lots of people think that fascia doesn't exist or fascia isn't real, but they can just Google it. It's not really that complicated. It exists. There are decades of research going into how fascia works, into the field of tensional integrity and understanding how our body works together as one unit, and showing that what you were taught in school about the skeleton, about muscles and organs is severely behind the most recent and relevant research to performance. And I'm not saying that just because it's new, it's right. There is also plenty of great research from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, even in Soviet Russia, having great research talking and understanding what it truly means to be an elite performer. One reason for that is because their sports scientists were able to study their Olympic athletes, whereas in America, our sports scientists study untrained volunteers at random colleges. Because our top athletes are way too expensive for any researcher to have the budget to get their hands on them. Know what I mean? So back to the topic of strength. A coach, what he truly means is that you're not good enough. Because if you were good enough, that means you would probably be at least athletic enough to be able to dodge a defender or to move yourself and bring the ball with you to get around someone that is bigger and stronger. That's why you have guys like Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, Insigne, Silva, all of these short, skinny players that figured out how to manipulate their body and include the ball in that equation, and to pass, to dribble, to shoot, and to be just basically to excel in football. So that's why also, Americans don't make the best football players, because we have such a big emphasis on size and strength, and we think we're so smart about sports science, but yet our best player right now, Christian Pulisic, is a short, skinny, fascial-driven athletic player, and is opposite of what America supposedly stands for, which is quite ironic if you think about it. So when you're in the gym trying to get strong, what you're basically doing is muscle hypertrophy. You're increasing the size of each individual muscle, the muscle cell basically. You aren't creating new muscle, you're just swelling up each individual muscle cell. And that's why if you stop doing gym work, you lose the size because the swelling goes down. So that's why normal gym work, you have to keep doing it to maintain the size. But when you train your fascia, you train the integration, you make upgrades to your nervous system, then you have permanent upgrades that you have for life. That's why it's so valuable to work with myself one-on-one, because I can give these training tools and install these upgrades into your body, and you'll have it for your whole career, let alone your whole entire life, which I think is pretty valuable. So long story short, the way that you get true strength, the way that you integrate your body, is by training what's called the 3 catalysts. Why do I call it catalyst? Well, the word catalyst represents that one thing that starts the overall transformation. And so I call it catalyst because we can train the feet to transform the whole lower body, and we can train the hands to transform the whole upper body, and we can train the tongue/jaw to transform the whole midline, or basically from the tongue to the pelvic floor. Those are your 3 catalysts, the 3 ways that you can make transformational permanent change that no gym trainer will ever understand or comprehend, because it goes against their whole system of education. And you can do that and become 2-3 times the player. And that's how you go from a weak to a strong player. And in that process, you will develop an increase in natural muscle size, because you're simply healthier, more vital, have more testosterone, more human growth hormone. Everything in your body is working at peak capacity. Right now, most of you guys don't understand. You're literally operating at 30, 40, 50% of your true potential. So it's not about adding muscle mass onto that. It's about increasing your capabilities by unlocking more of you that you do have access to, but you just aren't accessing it because you don't have the right tools. Your feet, your hands, your tongue are all basically dysfunctional, are not working correctly, or aren't working at all. So this idea of becoming truly strong is transforming yourself from the inside out. So I have tons of videos on my channel here on YouTube about doing this kind of training. So please go and watch those videos. But if you want to get started right now, hit the link down below to do a free assessment with me and my team. We'll look at the quality of your foot and ankle fascial tensegrity. And we'll give you a few pointers about what you should work on going forward. And if you're interested, we'll get you set up on a custom tailored program, building you up piece by piece every 12 weeks, taking you through each phase of development so that ultimately you can become an elite footballer. All right, guys, hope that makes sense. Leave your comments down below and I will answer any questions that you have. Talk to you soon. All the best.